stuff, the Della Souls, and
Okay.
the MC Easy and Troop, and I was playing all the underground stuff.
Carded.
Yeah. So it all really was the basics of where it started was on my radio show. So when I did the mix record, that was really a spin-off of the stuff that I had created when I was at KSOL.
Okay, now let's go back, DJ Prince Ice, because I like to see the beginning. We all know that you're a famous DJ now. What did you do before you were DJing, and how did you get into it? Like, what was some of the first early moments?
I grew up listening to the guys like Cameron Paul and Michael Erickson, which were really big guys in the Bay.
Okay, because
of course we were all listening. What kind of set me off was the Latin Rascals.
Oh, the Latin Rascals. Okay.
Okay, so I was following them because I liked the way they cut and edited and made mixes. So that's where I took it in that way.
Prince Ice, the Latin Rascals used to come on. They had a show up here in New York City. I think they were on 98.7 Kiss first.
Kiss.
If I'm not mistaken.
Right.
They used to do their mixes by splicing reel to reels, brother. I know you knew that.
I knew that. That's where I took it because all of my mixes was done on reel to reel.
Okay.
And the way we used to do it, this is, sampling had just come into play.
Yeah.
Nothing really sampled more than a second or, couple of seconds at best. So you weren't really sampling to that level. It was sampling like ooh, a little kick here, a little snare here. It was that kind of mode.
Not 1632.
Right. So it wasn't like it is right now where you sample a good, the whole hour could be sampled, there's no problem.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that back then. So we had to be creative. We have to speed things up and slow it down and just to get it to the right kind of a essence of what we wanted to do in the mix.
Yeah, got you. Now that was when you started with on like reel to reels, but I'm talking about little DJ Prince Ice in your home. What were you listening to as a kid?
As a kid, I was listening to those two radio stations. So when I say as a kid, I'm talking about about high school.
Got you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so when I was in high school, we were listening to Planet Rock.
Yes.
And it wasn't a little bit after that where Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 dropped the Message. And that was the one, we were like, wow, just some of those lyrics are still very, they're still relevant today.
Yeah. All right. So how did you get your name Prince Ice?
So I used to be a break dancer. Sway, actually me, Tech. Sway came in a little bit after, but he had a good partner that was part of our crew. His name was Al Ski.
Al Ski. Okay.
Yeah. So let me see. I got a picture extra. Okay. So this is the crew right there.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it or not without all the
just move it closer.
All right. So if I bring it up here, can you make it up?
Yeah, that's cool. Right there.
Okay. So this guy is me.
Okay.
Okay. And there's my boy King Tech is right there.
Okay.
So my boy Al Ski's right there, which is one of Sway's boys.
Oh, nice.
They were neighbors in Oakland, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
So that was really where we started dancing. We started dancing for the San Francisco Ballet. The San Francisco Ballet was a big, shishi. Used to do the, if you say the relevancy for you guys would be something like it would be the biggest, we do the biggest events. They would do Nutcracker once a year, which is when the ballet opens, right?
Got you.
So we went on stage. Let's say the ballerinas went on stage. They did the whole Nutcracker. Then the curtain comes down. Then right when everybody's getting up to leave, the curtain goes back up.
Are you
and
kidding me?
yeah, the curtain goes back up, and in the background you hear Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh, shit.
So the guy who created that was Michael Spewin. Michael Spewin was the guy who did the Cotton Club, all the choreography for that movie.
Nice.
So he was really big dude, and and his whole idea was, what I want to do is put 50 breakdancers on stage dancing to a street record, which was Michael Jackson for him. So we did Thriller, and right in the middle of that, it cuts into a symphony record, which is the same beat.
Dope.
So from listening to Michael Jackson, we're breakdancing, and we can do the same dancing continuously to the symphony record he had.
It's the same tempo. It blended perfectly.
It just, they edited it. They didn't blend it back then. They edited it perfect, so it goes from to so you're doing like the exact same movement, you don't miss a beat.
Yes, you don't miss a beat.
It just continues, and everybody's doing it. So
right. Now, what is his name? Because he's an innovator. To be doing that back then?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was Michael Spewin. Unfortunately, he passed away not long.
Peace, brother.
Yeah. So, but he was an innovator in that way. We had a 15-minute standing ovation after that show.
That right there gave me goosebumps. So for the people that witnessed it, I know that's something they talk about to this day. For those of you that just tuned in, you're rocking with DJC Radio Global, DJC-TV. We are on Roku. So if you have your Roku device, find DJC-TV and add it to your device. We have DJ Prince Ice from the left coast, the west coast, the most coast, and we are talking about some old school times. He's been here since the beginning of hip hop. Like he said, first generation hip hop. No, second. He said first.
First,
because I've never heard that before, but I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah, so, first generation. I'm probably kicking 55 this year.
Got you.
And I've been DJing since I was probably 17, give or take a year or so.
Yeah. That's what's up.
We basically used to break dance, and the way I started DJing was we used to set the music to our breakdance routines.
Oh, okay.
So this guy comes in for these 16 bars. This guy comes in for these 16 bars, and so on and so forth. I didn't have turntables and mixer like that back then, but I had a kick-ass pause button on my tape deck.
All of us.
Yeah. So what happened was I used to be able to edit these puppies perfect, and the tempos were all close enough where it didn't, you just, your levels were pretty much, you used to listen to levels when you used to record it, make sure it's perfect, and boom, 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 boom. We used to get it on.
Wasn't that pause button pretty accurate back in the days? Now that you think about it, because
go
ahead.
Not all of them.
Yeah. Not all of them. You had to have a little bit quality. But that was the first mix I did with Good Times from Chic with my pause. Good times, good times, good times, good. Then you go into the song. Yeah, man. So, oh, man, I love this talking about DJing and all the stuff like that, because back then we were like having fun. Not saying that we're still not having fun, but we didn't know it was going to become a multi-billion-dollar industry. Some of us did, but I didn't. I started at 14. I'm 52 now, and I was just doing every local party I can do. And I was playing local artists back then on tapes. And people be like, Cisco, you're fucking up the party. But I'm like, yo, this person got to get heard. So that's why I took it over and still been doing it. And now we got the internet. But how did you end up meeting Sway, and how did you end up on his show?
Okay, so Sway, me, Tech, were cousins. So we grew up breakdancing together and whatnot. Eventually, he was making a record.
Okay.
And his boy Alski was, you got to meet my boy Sway. So they met each other, and Sway was the MC.
Okay.
And King Tech used to make the beats, and he was the DJ. So they got together and they made this record, We Want to Rock You.
Oh, okay. We Want to Rock You.
I was on KSOL back then. And I took that record and we started playing it all over the place. And I was doing clubs, and I was, I've been, like I said, I've been DJing for a minute. So I took that record and I played it and I gave it to some of the big wheels.
Yeah.
There was a little hate going on. I ain't gonna lie, but at the end of the day, just for me playing it, the record got some notoriety.
Nice.
Locally. So after that, I came here to LA right about 86, and Tech won this battle that they were having, a DJ battle, and he won it, and they gave him his own show on KMEL.
Wow.
Which he spun into what is world famous Wake Up Show.
Oh, wow.
So before that, me and Tech used to make mixes together where we used to play all the dope hip hop records, and I was a master editor. So I used to splice tape and do all that stuff. Like I said, I was Latin Rascals kind of,
Yeah.
I learned it by myself and take the chalk pencil and mark it and cut it and bring it back and switch it and all. So if you go back to a lot of the stuff that was created, nowadays people take it for granted, but back then we made that. We were one of the first kids to put an acapella over a beat, because my boy Tech used to have a sequential drum machine. This is before the SB12 was all popular.
Okay.
Because he eventually graduated into that, but he used to flip that beat. And I remember one of the first records that we had that had a acapella on it was Ice-T.
Okay.
And we rocked that beat with I threw the Ice Cube acapella on top. Actually, Ice-T acapella on top, and edited it to the next piece. And then we had some beats rolling, and I had LL Cool J, he would scratch "Jippy hard as hell." LL Cool J, "Jippy hard as hell."
So you guys made a record right there. That's a record.
Yeah. So back in the day, that's how the mixes used to sound. Yeah. That's why, my boy Joe Quicks, who's a Latin soul brother, he was the DJ before me at the Wake Up Show, because I was up to here with, used to do clubs. I couldn't do Saturday nights, the Wake Up Show, because I was busy at the clubs.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday nights was my moneymaker. So I was just, you throw a nickel, it would not hit the dance floor after 11:30.
Wow.
Till the club let out and they start sweeping up, then the thing would bounce.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of great stuff, man. It's historically.
That's what I was gonna say. So you are a part of history in radio land, brother. Do you know what that means?
Well, I do. And then I don't know if you've seen the Michael Jackson movie. Have you seen This Is It?
I don't remember if I did, but what?
That last movie that Michael Jackson made before he passed.
I don't think I saw the whole thing. No.
Okay, so my daughter's in that movie.
Okay.
There isn't a damn thing I could say that's gonna impress anybody in this house. What she pulled.
I feel what you're saying. I'm like, wait, okay, where's he about to go with this? Yeah, no. Your daughter tops you, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're
just, we try to none of it was done out of anything outside of love, man. Yeah. Just the love for hip hop.
That's the thing. That's the love for the culture, for the environment, just the love. That's what we had back in the days. Do you still have that love?
I still do. And that's still, I listen to DJs, I've grown up to be not so much of a listener to other DJs, because if I create something and I do something and God forbid somebody else does it, I don't want to be known as, oh man, you listen to so and so, that's why you're doing this. So I've always grown not to listen to too many guys.
Yeah.
We like to create, we do a all-star Saturday nights on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is all the old school KMEL dudes and some of the newer guys that kind of graduated.
Can I just get back to KMEL and those like radio stations? How did you? Okay, because you were on a radio station like permanently, and which one was that?
I started out in KSOL.
KSOL.
Yes.
KSOL.
KSOL. Yeah.
And what was the background of that station? Who owned it? How did it come about? What was it about?
It was a urban station in
And
San Francisco, you know, and it went to, you know, it played a lot of soul music. So you're looking at,
Gotcha.
you know, playing all the soul records. I'm not talking about now that everything is called R&B.
Oh no,
anybody that raps is called hip hop. This is soul music. You know what I mean?
Al Green, Bobby Womack, or
Bobby Womack. You know, you're looking at the more, you know, all the, you know, back in the 80s, you're looking at who would you be, you know, like Pebbles.
Yeah.
And you would have, you know, Rumors.
Okay.
And and you know, all the soul records, you know, from the 70s it came, but you know, I didn't really catch on to it till a little bit later.
Okay.
You know, and you used to listen to the DJs on there, which was Michael Erickson, Cameron Paul. Cameron Paul used to do a noon mix.
Yeah. Now, how did you, DJ Prince Ice, get a spot? Who did you talk to? Did they notice you? Tell us.
It didn't happen like that. I went. They had. So I'm listening to the radio station like any other kid, right? Mm-hmm. And they had this Cinco de Mayo party that would be coming up, and they were looking for acts for their Cinco de Mayo stage. So they were like, "Yo, you know, come in. We're in this place on this day, and we're trialing people out. We're looking for DJs, singers, rappers, whatever. They want to fill up their stage, so they're looking for everything that's got half talent."
Yes.
Right. So me and my cousin, he was visiting, and he comes by, and you know, we're DJs, so I'm always making mixtapes. Brand new records, all the good new records that I've just bought, you know, spent all my lunch money or whatever I've been saving.
Put them on tape.
Put it in a mixtape. I take the mixtape, we load up all my 1200s, my Newmark mixer back then, the whole thing, and we head out to go audition for this competition.
Nice.
So it's on a Sunday. I get there maybe around 11 a.m. And I'm ready to, you know, I'm like, "Oh, where do you want me to put the stuff there?" Like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You know, I brought my turntables. You guys were looking for DJs." So I said, "Nah, man, just, you know, give me a mixtape, man. We can't audition you for an hour with mixing and whatnot."
Oh shit.
I'm like, "Oh man. All right." So I pulled the tape that I just made the night before out of the tape deck.
And thank God you did. Thank God you made that tape.
Right? Because we were jamming to it all the way there with my cousin. Because, you know, back then the mini trucks were in. I don't know if you know that culture, but the mini trucks were in with the big woofers and the whole nine.
Oh, my God.
We were just,
it was crazy.
Yeah, dude, we're just running down the street, going over there. So I drop off the mix. I'm like, "Here you go. Put all my info on it." And it's his Sunday. So he's got auditions all day Sunday. You know, and as kids and DJs, we don't go to sleep till like 3, 4 in the morning.
Exactly.
You know, I'm over there testing shit, bam, 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 trying to do mixes and whatnot. So 8 a.m. my phone rings, and you know, you got that phone right by your bed with that long ass wire going all the way to the kitchen. You know, there's no cordless phones back there, and you know, so I'm like,
phone, youngins. I'm just going.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Hello," and I recognize his voice because he's the jock from the radio. So I'm like, "Marcos, what's up? How you doing?" He's like, "Dude, I listened to your tape. It was fantastic.
Nice.
You know, yeah, can you come by on so-and-so day? We're going to do a club night over here, and I want you to come and DJ that club night." I'm like, "All right." I go over there, and I DJ that club night. That night, he was like, "Man, you killed it. Can you come this night? We're going to do another audition. I want you to DJ that one." I'm like, "All right." And I go and DJ that one. So 3 nights later, he's like, "Dude, I want you to come and represent us on the stage for the whole, you know, for the day, whatever." I'm like, so that was really how I got my foot in the door.
Nice.
By winning that competition.
With skills, not by knowing nobody. You did that shit on your own.
You know, and this is, so I got in. Now it's another 6, 7, 8 months before the guy whose spot I took left to go to KMEL.
Mm.
So he left KSOL to go to KMEL, and I was like, you need me to do. He was like, dude, and he's in 6 o'clock evening drive. He's like, dude, why don't you just go ahead and make me a mix, and I'll throw it on. So boom, I'm in. I make a mix. That mix turns into another mix, to another mix. Next thing you know, I'm doing Wednesdays and Fridays because I can't make more than that. You understand? With the amount of work that's being done on every mix.
Yeah.
I'm working every day and I can only make 2 mixes.
Woo.
Nowadays, kids go take a credit records, play whatever, boom, 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 boom. And it's, that's the way they do it.
Not even the creator records, just their laptop.
Well, back then,
Oh, you mean back then?
Yeah, when this is before they had the radio station with that playlist where if you want to mix over here, man, you gotta play these records, or you can't, you can't mix over here. That's basically
big
it.
Shout to Jeff Kwan on the check-in BTP Media. Big shout to Gloria. How you doing? Hope everything is good. You're rocking with DJC Radio Global. This is the Hip Hop and R&B show. Yours truly, DJ Cisco, with yours truly, DJ Prince Ice. Talking about some old times, how he got started. He is a musical DJ that's going down in history on the West Side, definitely. And now we're bringing it to you guys here on the East Coast and abroad because this is heard by the world. So now listen.
Big shout out to Jeff Kwan, bro. I just want to say that right off the bat.
And Jeff is the man. Jeff is the man. Big shout to From the Ground Up, Lady Miz and Ray for introducing me to Jeff.
Fabulous.
Now listen, I don't want to sound like 2 old DJs hating on the new technology and stuff, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel. All right, and then you can chime in if you like. I hate how, not saying that it doesn't help, because it helped me through a many of nights when the people didn't pay me properly and I just showed up with my 2 tops in my trunk and my little computers and pushing buttons. But I feel like it's such a cheat with these new mixers that could hold like 16 cue points. You just press the button, you're doing what you're doing. And however, I see that these DJs working with these type of units now are becoming more creative than they used to be. Meaning they're not using headphones at all. Their cue points is just, they know what they have set there. Bow, bow, bow. They're pressing it, boom, catching it, pressing it, and just like throwing things in. However, sometimes I just want to hear that one record play. Just because you got a plethora of music and the means to put it in and all that stuff, I just want to hear a record play now. DJs are mixing so many different records at one time into one record. I hate that shit. That is one of my pet peeves with this new innovative way of DJing. People are just doing too many remixes. Like, I hear a song, I love the song, let that shit play, blend it into another song. Do those little remixes once in a while, not for the whole night. What is your take on that?
Well, all right. See that you open a can of whoop ass on that one, Jack.
I'm sorry, bro. DJs, we gotta talk. We DJs.
Okay, so how do I feel, man? I think that technology is great. Yeah. I think that you can do a lot of stuff you couldn't do. That's why it took me so long to make those mixes, because it took me that long to put the pieces together.
Yes.
Now, what kills me is with all this technology, you're not pushing the envelope. That's my point. Okay, so that's fine. If the problem I have is people that do all these, they got their hands on it, they want to play all the stuff, but they don't hear keys. So they're train wrecking because the key in this song is in this key, and the beat that they're playing is in this key, and it just doesn't go together. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so it may go together BPM wise, but not going together sonically.
Sonically, it doesn't go together. Key wise, it doesn't go together. So it still sounds like a train wreck because it sounds like a broken record. It sounds like it just doesn't fit. It's like you're trying to squeeze this round, thing into a square peg into a round hole, and it just doesn't go.
Yeah.
You can shove it in there, but it's still not going to be nice and smooth and soft and right.
Yeah.
So I like to do stuff like that, but I also like to play the original.
Definitely. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this what we like to do, what I like to do, and a couple of my people's, what we do is called the all-star flips. So what we do, let's say you got a Mobb Deep record playing, and you got acapella, you playing the Mobb Deep record, then you playing the acapella on top of the thing, then you flip it out and put a funky break in there that originally wasn't there.
Exactly.
So but it has to be creative. It has to be in the key. That's where I work on the most, is making sure especially if they're singing in it, or even when I'm mixing, it has to be in key. I just don't put the records together just because they go together. You know what I mean? You can play a cowboy record on top of a hip hop record, but does it necessarily go? Sometimes you get lucky and it sounds kind of dope.
Yeah.
But on 99% of the time, it's a train wreck.
Yes. We here in New York City, we have some pioneers of that, like DJ Ron G, that was making mixtapes since like 84, 85 from the Boogie Down Bronx. He was known for his tapes. We had people like Kid Capri that were doing things like that. We call them blends. Now, blends, out of all of the 5 boroughs, mostly back in my days, blends were known from Queens DJs after that Ron G from the Bronx and those Kid Capris. Queens was the only ones that were still doing it, like DJ Grandmaster Vic and people like that. Are you guys still doing blends like that, or what type of mixing is going on currently that's moving the crowd?
Listen, this is one of those things where, okay, how can I tell you where I don't want to put the beans all up on the table, but I can tell you this much. So the blends are the blends. You don't hear the blends anymore. What you hear is one bar of whatever and an echo out. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's why they ain't got headphones on. That's why they don't do none of that shit. Because all you got to do is put it in together close enough, hit the echo button, and you're into the next track. I don't live like that.
Hate it.
Yeah, I have to mix a good 8 bars to 16 bars of music on top of each other.
Exactly.
Where you can actually feel the difference, and you hear the fade and the fade in and the fade out, where it just it's done that way. Yeah. Now, on top of that, you hear a lot of kids hit the echo, boom, next record. Boom, next record. It's all speed. The people, the scratches aren't funky anymore. Like, forget about from your area, dude. You listen to Cash Money. To me, Cash Money is God. I like Tat Money too, and I like Jazzy Jeff too, but nobody to me used to quantize their scratches and funk it up like he used to do.
Who?
Cash Money.
Cash Money from where?
From Philly.
Oh, okay. Got you.
All ugly people be quiet.
Yeah.
That Cash Money.
Okay.
So him to me, because I had a mixtape from my boy Mantronic. Mantronic used to come and see me a lot.
Get out of here. Fresh is the word. His first hit.
Fresh is the word. Mantronic. Yes.
I used to rock to that.
Yeah. So he came and he had this mixtape before Cash Money was signed with Marvelous.
Yeah.
To Gag Records. He had this mixtape that Cash Money had done for him, kind of like an audition tape or whatever. And I heard that tape, and I had never heard anybody transform like that. Ever.
Really?
Never. It was me and Tech. We sat there and we listened to this tape, and we rewound it, and we listened to it, and we listened to it, and we listened to it. And he had this rock the bells routine he used to do.
Yeah.
And when he went, he used to go rock the
yeah.
rock the man, it must have took us
transforming.
Just to understand the way that he was doing it, because now all the mixers are cheat mixers, man.
Yeah,
I get your 300. You're doing this. You can't do this on an old Newmark mixer.
Not at all.
Because you have to take that shit to the middle before the sound came out.
Yeah.
Now you take a millimeter and you got a sound. So you got 3 sounds.
And they got a different gauge. Yep. They got different gauges where you can.
You know what I'm saying? So you used to have to take the mixer. So when you used to see people do the transform, and it used to be like, it was all the way to the middle of the crossfade.
Yes, yeah, it was in the middle. Yeah, and that's crazy, because DJ Jazzy Jeff, one of my favorite transformers ever, he's from Philly also. So that's the thing that started the first person I heard transform, I think, was DJ Jazzy Jeff.
See, I heard it before I heard Jazzy Jeff.
That's my point. And they're from the same area. So they're
the same area. I can't say who, nobody wants to point finger or whatever. But me, myself, I heard Cash Money before, about 6-7 months before I even heard Jazzy Jeff.
I hear you, but I'm saying it was probably a Philly thing. That was probably a Philly technique. And do you know what else Philly did that I used to hate? Like, you know how we put the mixer in the middle? They would put the mixer to the left and the 2 turntables to the right side. I could never understand that shit. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So me coming from Queens, spending summers out in South Jersey, going to Philly clubs, that shit used to blow my mind. But yeah, so is it safe to say right here on DJC Radio Global with DJ Prince Ice, transforming originated in Philly?
That's the first time I heard it.
Me too. Jazzy Jeff.
First time I heard it. And I heard it at least a year before I heard Jazzy Jeff do it. So I mean, it was that's how I'm not, I'm sure they probably got it off of each other, and they probably saw each other at a party, and they were like, oh man, I can flip it a little bit more doing it this way or whatever. So it's probably them too. But that's where I heard it. But my favorite New York DJ is DJ Scratch.
DJ Scratch is my mother freaking idol. I want to see Scratch and Jeff go at it, but they're friends. They're all friends. Competition, but I really want to see them get mad at each other and go at it, because I don't know. Scratch.
I'll tell you a story about DJ Scratch. So EPMD, good friends of mine, they come to town. They're doing this club, and the house is mixing, and my man Scratch gets on there, and that's Skinny Scratch, not Scratch.
Young Skinny Scratch.
Yeah, so it was the Skinny Scratch, and he was. This is when they first got him. So EPMD first got Scratch, and they were like, and the house was playing some records, and my man, there was 2 different sound systems. There was the stage sound and the club sound.
Yeah.
So the club DJ is playing on the club sound, and he is getting down on the stage sound on whatever the track is playing. Because he was up tempo, I remember, because he was doing It's Time by Hashim, and over this beat, he was tearing it up, not missing a motherfucking beat.
That's what he does.
I'm talking about. It was like it was a track, dude. That's what it sounded like.
It was a track, dude.
Because the original sound was playing, and he was cutting it in between that with 2 records, going back and forth, and just killing it.
Bro, he practices like we eat food, like we breathe air, like we walk. that man takes his shit serious, and that transcends into his sets. He's one of my favorite DJs of all times. Very cocky young man, which he can be, but he's one of my best. He's one of my favorite DJs of all time, and I'm a member of Scratch Vision.
Right.
Yeah, where you can see him DJ. I think every Wednesday or Thursday, or something like that. And he's on WBLS out here in New York. I forget what nights, but when he first started, he was murdering it. Like, I used to just drive home from work and can't wait to put on DJ Scratch, and I'm like, yo, listen to this dude.
Yeah, he still does his thing on IG every once in a while. I catch him. I have to sit down and watch it, man.
And it's unbelievable. He is amazing, and like you said, it's flawless, and that comes from practice. It's flawless. So, what is DJ Prince Ice doing currently?
Well, I work for Universal Music Group. I do all the AV work there.
The what work?
All the audiovisual.
Got you.
So I set up conference rooms. I do Zoom meetings. I do all the video conferences. I set up all the A&Rs with their gear. That's basically what I do for a living. And, ever since COVID, it's been working out of the house, but they still want me to go to the chairman's house every now and then. He has to do a big meeting with his people, whatever. I have to set up a unit over there so he can do his Zoom calls, and he can, they can do meetings where they play audio, and, people want to play reels of this is what's going on now, and this is what's coming tomorrow. So all that stuff needs to be, set up. I do all that stuff. On the side, I make records. I DJ sometimes 3 times a week, especially since COVID. I used to DJ 6 times a week on IG, and it cut me off left and right.
Yeah.
And that's how I did Sway's, because me and Sway, we go back a lot of years, dude.
Gotcha.
But it's like when that thing went down, my man Alex Mejia, which is another one of our KML guys, and he's part of our roster on Saturdays, and he was like, Let the DJs Play initiative came about, where the IG and everything, because they don't want to pay. So it becomes, well, you don't own this record, we're not going to let you play it, and they cut your mixes off, right?
Yeah.
So people are at home doing nothing, and these people don't want to, they don't want to spend the extra money of, because every time a record plays, I got to pay a penny or 2 cents or whatever per record. Yeah. So if a lot of those records play, then they're going to come back and, get you. So especially big records like that, whatever, if you're playing a Michael Jackson record or a Prince record or whatever, they definitely going to cut you right there, because they don't want to, different ball game if you're Spotify, because they're paying and you're paying membership, but you're not paying anything on IG. So they're selling commercials in between your whatever. So that's where they're generating their money.
All right. So you just brought up something, because I see some people on IG can go all night, and some people like myself get cut off. So how in the hell can D Nice and those people go all night? Because they're paying out of their pockets?
Because they are the reason that people tune in. They're tastemakers. So they get the green light. D Nice, go on, no problem. Go all night. People come in there, they listen to you, whatever. So that's their flavor of, oh yeah, we got D Nice, and much power to him, dude. I love D Nice, man. Crumbs on the table all day.
Yeah, because he was one of the first ones that did the virtual where Michelle Obama was in it. We had
so he got the knock from a lot of people that is like, oh, he's worthy.
Well, listen, damn it, DJC Radio Global, we got license, man. We got BMI and ASCAP. So let us play. I pay my shit every year.
Yo, you ain't lying.
I pay every year. So why can't I play? On Facebook, I always get University Group muted your stuff, and then when I tell them I have license, it's always overturned. But I'm like, why Why you have to go through that? Like Facebook, buy yourself some damn license and start paying these people where their music is being played like a little bit. Like they should have a license just for that, because Facebook makes too much damn money for them not to have a license.
Right it to Zuckerberg. He knows.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like that on everything. Even Twitch. When I do my mixes on Twitch.
Ooh, really? Twitch?
Yeah, you come back later, it's muted.
Shit.
When I'm live, it's not. But an hour later, it gets muted on a lot of parts, especially if I play popular records.
Okay.
And another part of what, we're trying to mess with the algorithms. Don't want to leave the acapella on top of the whatchamacallit, because then, it's all intelligent, artificial intelligence, dude.
Yeah.
They know, okay, this song is playing, this song is playing, this song is playing. So what if I cut it and I talk for a couple of seconds, then put it back on? Then the algorithm is jacked up. Okay. So what if I throw the acapella in and throw a different beat in there? Then you can't say it's not the same algorithm. There's a lot of that going on.
So is that why DJ Jazzy Jeff, have you ever noticed when he's playing known songs, it has a different type of intro before it actually get into the song? Have you ever noticed that, him playing a song? I was like, I don't remember this intro for this song. Is that
a lot of it has to do with, all right, I'm gonna put the cat out the bag for you. You don't have to start a record at 1, dude. It doesn't have to be. You could start it from the breakdown. You could start it from the tail end.
I know that.
Huh?
I said, I know that, but you're telling people.
Yeah, but a lot of DJs still today, especially the video DJs, they want to just, they one bar, echo, go into the song. Yeah, I'm playing the song for you. And it's a chat moment. You know what I mean? It's not an art moment. Yeah. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be artists here. We're not trying, I'm not trying to have a chat moment. Hey, what's up, dude? And you, I see you, man. Thank you for coming through. What's up? I'm playing your favorite song once again. What did you have for dinner tonight? What did you have for lunch? What you doing tomorrow? What's the weather? Is it raining? That's irrelevant. You're here. I'm trying to give you a product.
Trying to give you a show well put together.
I'm trying to put it together. Twitch and it's always I'm always juggling a little too much. I might skip over a beat, or I'm gonna because I'm doing too much at the same time. You're not used. I'm used to DJing. Yeah. I cut the mic every once in a while and say, hey, welcome to the party. Thank you for coming through. If I'm at a club, I'm not on the mic like, hey, what's going on over here? Hey, what's going on over there?
Not at the club.
I'm at the club, and we try to run it in a certain way. And today, I'm still doing it that way. Of course, if you like what I'm doing and you're giving me bits and subs or whatever, I want to thank you. So I'll be first to turn down music, whatever. But sometimes I don't see it. You know what I mean? My head's down. I'm trying to do 10 things.
Yeah.
And then I look up and something happened, but I can't make out what happened. So that's why I have my mods thanking for me, just in case I do miss somebody. I try not to, but sometimes things go wrong, needle, and whatever. You're a DJ. Just like we were about to start the interview.
Yeah.
You do one, and all of a sudden the mic ain't working. Oh shit!
Yeah, you're like, what the heck? Yeah. Right. Especially with just like digital shit, man. So I know. All right. So DJ Prince Ice, you've been around some very well-known people. You're totally well-known. You've been on the hottest radio station since the beginning of this hip-hop culture and things like that. What other genres of music do you play? You gotta play freestyle, bro.
Dude, I play freestyle.
I was about to say
electro. I play house. I play hip hop. I like music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play country and western. I can play modern rock and new wave, but I really don't. That's another, let somebody else carry that.
Yeah.
know what I mean? There's enough room. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that are like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do new wave now because there isn't a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
Or doing it quality.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do quality country and western. That's just, I have to feel excited about doing something.
Exactly. I was about to say, it's not like you're like a robot. Like, you have to feel it also. So I'm gonna tell you my main genres that I used to DJ at the height of my career with no problems. I mean, the hottest songs in each genre would do R&B, hip hop, reggae, because I was in New York City, so I had to do reggae, and house music. And I was doing blends back then that people are doing now with the 60 and 120 with the double beats, finding it in between the beats. I was mixing house music with reggae, a smooth transition, and people would still be moving. Like, how in the hell did he just do that? Now with Serato and all this shit telling you the BPMs, they figured it out. It's double time and all this stuff now. Even because I'm still so old school with my BPMs that people will send me a song like a trap song and it says 120. Back in my days, 120 was not no trap song. 120 was a fucking house song, and that trap song is 60. For some reason, these systems got it double beated now. Is a 60 is a 120, so it's all over the place now. But I was doing that on vinyl, and I thank God for
mostly like the 75s to 150 or 140. Like, the first record we did that way was Thuggish Ruggish Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, the first record they had.
Yeah.
And we double timed that with the beat from Planet Rock.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
130.
Exactly. And it went perfect. It just got to find in between.
No, it would just ride perfect. And I tell my kids now when I listen to the car and they're sitting there, I'm like, this record that you're listening to is really a bass record. It's a 130 BPMs. It's not 65. It just it hits every other. But think about it. If you listen to the hi-hat, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a 1, 2.
Yes.
3. It's not like
people are like, what the hell are they talking about? Anyway, this was great chopping it up with DJ Prince Ice. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to cover?
No, it was just the fact that you got the Sway piece I wanted to tell you. So we did that whole Let the DJs Play initiative, and Sway was the first one to introduce it for us with me and DJ Alex Mejia. And I was one of the first dudes to go on there and DJ it for that moment. And, me and him go way back. So it was like, he gave me, because Prince Ice was doing hip hop mixes before there was a Hot 97. So I was when a couple of guys were around there, but the history of it goes back that far that there was no Hot 97, there was no DJ Clues, and there was no Funk Master Flexes. I was there before all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But what happened was that if I had some of the cameras and social medias and stuff that they have today when I was DJing, oh man, you would have been fired.
yeah. There was a station way before Hot 97, way before the Rap Attack BLS, called WHBI here in New York City. They broadcasted out of New Jersey. It was the world famous Supreme Team.
I remember
Teddy Ted and the Awesome 2. It was,
and I was them too. Good friends of mine too.
It was Jay Bloodrock, and we had Mr. Magic was on HBI, and that was our go-to station. And then the college stations like 91.5 and 90.3 WBAU, those were our go-to stations before 97, and like stuff like that. So listen, I was paying homage to the New York City pioneers for 2021, DJC Radio Global. But as I started doing that, I was like, every state and city in this nation And every town, parish, whatever you want to call it, in this world has a hip hop pioneer, has a hip hop radio breaker that they know about. That's what I realized. So I'm so happy that you're on this show and you were out there doing your thing in the West Coast. And people know you worldly now. And I just want to thank you for your contributions to hip hop and this thing called music, period.
Hey, we're all, part of a, it's a big machine.
Yes.
It all rolls together. We weren't doing, because I don't know where it became where, you're West Coast, you're East Coast. It was hip hop, man.
Yes.
It was hip hop. You were a hip hop fan, you played hip hop music. Doesn't matter. Like Rakim said, it ain't where you're from.
It's where you're at. But the thing is, that was before cable. We had no way to see you guys. I know, being a New Yorker, we were in a bubble. Like, it was Planet New York. We didn't check for nobody else outside. And that's how it was. And then cable hit us, and we're seeing NWA like, wait, who are those people? They nuts over there. What's going on here?
It was even before that. It was hand-to-hand combat. People gave cassette decks. That's how I heard about, the Latin
Rascals.
Yeah, the Latin Rascals and whatnot, was because I got the cassette.
Exactly.
From somebody. Yeah, physically recorded it on the radio.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, dude, check this out.
Exactly.
And the same thing with all the freestyles we used to do and stuff like that. The hand-to-hand combat where somebody recorded it was like, hey, man, my cousin.
Yeah, that's how it was.
I sent it to him, and then he had his cousin in New York. He sent it to him. And, next thing you know, everybody's catching on to these different, genres or whatever.
Yeah.
I had, the proudest moment for me is that I broke EPMD and I broke De La Soul.
Nice.
I mean, this is before, Naughty by Nature was next or whatever. But these two records, I still have test pressings on.
Nice. Now,
shot out at the back of the first album from EPMD.
Mm-hmm.
Got shout outs on Della, but I never got my plaque.
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. Listen, you just brought up a whole listen, we could talk for hours about DJ. But just one more thing. How do you feel about radio DJs now being at the mercy of the program directors and the programmers? And I say at their mercy because back in the days, you were able to sneak in a few of your own things. Back in the days, you actually provided a mix that they enjoyed. Now they're telling you, you better play this and you better play that and you better not play that, because I know DJs that are going through that now. And it's because they found a way to counter payolas by calling them campaigns. How do you feel about the DJ being told what to play?
That's true too. But I'm going to tell you what, we were at the daybreak of making a list.
Okay,
let me tell you what happened. So the program director that hired me to come mix for KML didn't hire me to come mix for KML because I was going to play these 10 records that he's going to be playing all day. He hired me to come play for KML because he liked the vibe that I brought to the station.
Exactly.
What does that tell you? That gives you street cred.
And the green light.
He gives you street cred. He likes what I'm doing. He doesn't question what I'm doing. Why? Because I'm also doing clubs and I'm also out there. And if I play some bullshit records, my club will just, boop, dance floor will clear up. If I can keep my dance floor from 11, it takes about 2 hours for them to get in, from 11 to 2 in the morning, I can definitely rock an hour mix show with no problem.
No problem.
I know what records are working because I'm out there. A lot of these next generation kids came to the station not doing clubs, not being out on the street, don't know what the vibe is. They're getting records in the mail now all day long. They're opening and they want to be the first one to play the Mad Lion record. They want to be the first one to play the, DMX record. They want to be the first one to play this. And all of a sudden it's all new records and no party records.
Got you.
So it created a vibe where the program director was like, look, motherfucker, if you weren't on right now, I'm going to be playing these 10 records. Right? So if you're going to be on right now, you got to play these 10 records, which is kind of BS because half the time they have no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
They are later. Now you go to clubs and they don't want you to play nothing new because the radio station ain't playing. And I want to hear what the radio station is playing here in my club. So you can't. It used to be when I used to promote records, they used to come to the club, be like, hey, dude, can you play this record for me? Oh, sure. Okay. I'll play the record. The record is hot. I take the record to the station, give it to the program director. Right? Not like that anymore. Now you can't play any new records. As soon as you play a new record, everybody sits down. There's no longer a vibe. It's just playing tracks and tracks and tracks. Might as well put a jukebox on or all the tracks. You don't even have to mix anymore. As long as my track is playing, I'm dancing.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize that I come to the club and I'm listening to somebody mix and I go home and I'm telling people, man, what a great time I had at the club. But they don't associate that with the way you laid out your programming that night.
Yeah.
To them, that's just like, oh, I don't know what. I had such a great time. I just had a great time.
Yeah.
Because you like the way I program my records.
Yo, there are a bunch of factors. When I used to DJ in clubs, it was the proper lighting, the proper sound system. If you had too much highs or too much bass, that can affect people's mental for the night. You got to have all of that in sync for somebody to have a great time, and plus put down the music properly.
You listen, you're a house DJ too, right?
Yes.
You know that a lot of these house records aren't on radio.
Hell no.
You have to create a vibe that people liked in order for them to come see you. They wouldn't come see you just so you play the 10 records at the radio station.
That was my thing with DJing locally. I used to always try to break new music, and if I didn't put songs in there that they heard every day, all day on the radio, they would not dance. I'm like, damn, don't you guys want to hear something different than what you hear? Nope, play what we hear. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
They come to the party, dude. I give it to them.
Cater to the crowd.
At a point, I'm gonna tell you this. At a point, they're gonna trust the DJ.
Yes. Yeah.
Once you got the crowd screaming out the top of their lungs for an hour, you can pretty much play a couple of tracks in there that they're gonna be like, yo, he knows what he's doing.
They used to say, Cisco, you played this 6 months ago. It's the jam. I apologize. Then there's some of them that say, hey, Cisco, play that new song, such and such. I said, I've been playing it for the past months. Really? I don't remember because I heard it on the radio the other day. So it's all mental. It's all good. And I love this thing, DJing. There you have it, DJ Prince Ice. How can people get in touch with you? Which you're all over the place. But
yeah, I'm definitely all over the place. You can definitely catch me on Twitch on Saturday nights, All Stars. It's DJ Prince Ice at it's twitch.tv/DJ Prince Ice. And also you can catch me if you ever want to holler at me. I'm on Instagram at DJ_Prince Ice.
DJ_Prince Ice. Got you.
I'm not on Facebook as much anymore because it's a lot of bull. And it's the same people all day long. You see them on Instagram, then same post goes, they dual post, and I'm like, whatever. I just deal with this one. I'm okay with that. So I'll check it, but I don't check it as often.
Got you.
So if you want to get at me, whatever, DJ_Prince Ice. I'm all ears. Let's go.
That's what's up. Big shout out to MC Lady Z. Big shout out to my man Telepath on the check-in. Big shout out once again to Gloria. Listen, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to let DJ Prince Ice go, and I'm going to play a few joints, and you guys sit back and vibe. Prince Ice, thank you so much. God bless you, brother.
Mr. Cisco, always a pleasure. Anytime you need me again, we're in the house, man. Thank you very much for your invite. Jeff Kwan, love you, brother. Thank you for invite. And everybody else who tuned in, appreciate you guys.
That's
Peace.
what's up. Peace. Big shout out to BTP Media for getting us that great interview. DJ Prince Ice, I love speaking to other DJs, man, especially DJs that was here for a long time from way back, because they understand what is going on and how we used to do things. Not saying that we knocking anybody or nothing like that, but things are a little bit different. Like with that little fade echo out shit, like he's talking about. I've been to parties. I'm like, dude, how in the hell can you fade out a song with an echo? People are dancing. Like, what are you doing? Blend the next song in. They don't know how to blend because they're so used to pushing buttons. But it is what it is. All right. So BTP Media Group, Jeff Kwan, got me some great interviews. We got some great people coming up, and that was one of them. His name is DJ Prince Ice from the left coast to west coast. Definitely doing his thing. Definitely a celebrity DJ, man. He was on some of the stations that first started playing hip hop back in those days, and that's a dope ass thing right there. So we got some new music. Big shout out to my girl Lady Miz. DJ Cisco produced the song, and she's coming out on DJC Radio Global Records with a single. Yes. Big shout out to my man Sedan, the God of Sound. He has his song out on DJC Radio Global Records, and it's called Speaking from the Heart. Whoa. I'm hitting stuff and everything. Happy hump day, people. It's Wednesday, but don't go around humping nobody. That's what I always say. We got 2 days left, and things are really opening back up soon. Good show, DJ Prince Ice. Yeah. MC Lady Z. Man, I miss you. I can't wait till we put some things together. Hopefully you can make some of the shows. I'm going to start Project Unity up again soon. However, I just want to wait till a lot more people got vaccines, and I was thinking about getting it, and it's so crazy because I was thinking about getting the Johnson & Johnson before this shit happened. I hope you guys heard. It's only like 6 people out of 1 million. However, that's 6 too many people. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was known to give a rare blood disorder and some blood clots. Not blood clot Rastafarian style, like boom, 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 clot. No, real blood clots in the body. People passed away. I'm trying to think now. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He died, I think, from something like that after a vaccine. And then I want to know now, was it Johnson & Johnson? MC Lady Z said she's not getting it. Telepath, what's good, man? Trying to make it back. Excuse me. Trying to make it back out to Queens, but I'm not sure when. But yeah, I'll be back out there, but a totally different club and everything. It's gonna be a different vibe. Invite only. I ain't dealing with no bullshit. Yeah. So I was speaking about getting the vaccine. DJC Radio Global have a major announcement to make after me and MC Shan take a trip. I'm going on a road trip with my man MC Shan, and it'll be a way that we could all make money once I get back. I will let you guys know, but I can't talk about it just yet. Yeah, man. So don't forget to follow us at DJC-TV on Roku. Let me get one song in. Trying to see. One of my favorite hip hop artists is Son of Tony. Sedan. Then we have Mama There Goes That Band. Now They Know, which is a dope ballad. Dope song. Big shout to MJ. Getting some interviews. And who else do I have? Oh, big shout out to my man Corporal AK out there in Queens. He was on the show. Big shout out to Sparky D. Oh my God. I was so in love with that lady. I had her on the show. I was trying to be cool, but I don't know. I can't be cool when I'm around somebody that I admired. All right, so let's get this song on. Hopefully it doesn't get kicked off. This is Lady Miz, Mason, and Uncle Jay. And this right here is called Freedom.
all we wanted was freedom. I just wanna be free, fighting to get these chains off of me. When y'all gon' see that we more powerful, we're unity. It's bigger than me, fighting for the ones that's coming after me. Still ain't got respectfully, always praising the ones that died for me. We took 2 steps forwards and 10 steps back. When you're black, always feels like we under attack. Y'all don't know the feeling of constant pain and no healing. Every time they show black people there's more killing. They ended segregation, they gave us Jim Crow. So our inventions that we the minstrel show. Dr. King had a dream that we was free at last, but this modern day lynching is their invention from the past. It's gonna really take us to fix us. We want our own, not a seat on your bus. We rise up, they always try to defeat us. A broken system was never made to protect us. I can't breathe, cause I get no respect. Get your foot off my back and your knee off my neck. We suspect, cause our skin is black. We say Black Lives Matter, they always deflect. I just wanna be free, fighting to get these chains off of me. When y'all gon' see that we more powerful, we're unity. It's bigger than me, fighting for the ones that's coming after me. Still ain't got respectfully, always praising the ones that died for me.
From the beginning I was hated cause of my skin color. What type of shit is that? I mean, we all one, bleed the same color. Talk from another land, built up the back of my ancestors, but still no love for the colored man or woman. This the blood on the leaves, America. The pain's still there, we never forgot it. Still waiting for my 40 acres and a mule, where they at? My fist up, 2021 and still no equality. We still fighting for the power to be here. Tell me, was it justice in that? My people still dying every day. We put our lives in the line to serve a country that's built off of lies. And still they try to deny it.
Lady Miz, new drink. This right here is called Freedom. Lady Miz Mason and Uncle Jay.
Black bodies and black souls, lots of stories yet to be told. Demolish our economy, Black Wall Street broke it down, and then when we do it, they call us animals. Ain't that something, huh, America? Can you hear me? My fist up, and now you feel me? We lived a life in fear for too long, and now we can't take it no more. Our blood's in the streets and in your hands, Mr. America. Black bodies and black souls, ain't been on these walls. Black bodies and black souls.
Waiting on freedom in the USA has been a lifelong struggle each and every day. Fighting for rights is an everyday scene, while equality and justice is a never-ending dream. Brothers and sisters, feel what's really real. We need love and unity to seal this deal. Different religions divided us of time, waiting to be saved by the ones we call divine. This call for freedom is so loud and clear, it's all over the world for everyone to hear. It's up to us to be louder than the rest, because the knees on our neck is what started this mess. We hold the key to free the shackles of our minds so that we can come together for a better day in time. No thanks to handouts or words to lean on, because together as one, all we wanted was.
I just wanna be free, fighting to get these chains off of me. When y'all gon' see that we more powerful, we're unity. It's bigger than me, fighting for the ones that's coming after me. Still ain't got respectfully, always praising the ones that died. All we wanted was we fought for, we died for, and still ain't got.
That right there is Lady Miz Mason, Uncle Jay. That right there is called Freedom. Yep, I'm a groupie. When it comes to MC Sparky D, MC Lady Z, I am a groupie. I'm also a groupie when it comes to you and your music, MC Lady Z. We had the concert, and MC Lady Z put on a show and a half for us. She did the damn thing, and we are going to end the show with the beautiful MC Lady Z, one of her cuts. It's called, let me put her name up here. She deserves it all. MC Lady Z, right here on DJC Radio Global. And let me find her joint. This right here is called Milk It from MC Lady Z.
And what you gotta say now, niggas? This ain't no one-hitter quitter. I got these motherfuckers running for the hills. Lady Z is on the mic spitting lyrics so ill. Got you sick to your stomach, so you better take a pill or smoke something good. Then tell me how you feel, cause it's just about time for your ass to go to work. Join the whole stroke, then we hit the pavement. Now tell me, have you seen him? The one that called D, that motherfucker better be here. This guy's tattoos, toupees and all. Better get that motherfucker, gotta make the call. Yo, he tried to get away, but his ass got caught. Stupid ass nigga, make that motherfucker talk. Got my girls by my side, taking niggas out back. We fucking up their bitches and we picking up slack. MP got my back if you wanna get past. If you're fucking with the Z, you better get out fast. I told you twice, don't play with my cash. Got my 9 on my mind, that will be your ass. See, as can be, no one can do like me. I'll make you holla, I'll make you call me mama. And when I'm done with you, you'll want me again tomorrow. Cause this is Lady Z. My love is oh so sweet. These punk ass niggas know better than to try me. Hit me in the club if you niggas wanna buy me a drink. I forgot, you ain't got no cheese. Told ya not to take it to the Z, but you did what you wanted. Now you're facing MP. Pimpin' is the name of the game. We don't owe these punk bitches not a goddamn thing. Ladies, put your pimp shoes on, cause it's time to leave these broke motherfuckers alone. We pimpin' niggas at night and you never get the name, but they all look the same. It's a goddamn shame, cause the ass is full of shit and they all wanna blame everyone else when they get caught up in the game. If you leave a nigga once, it will never be the same, cause you're fucking with a nigga that can never be tamed.
Yeah, before Facebook kick us off, I just had to get my girl MC Lady Z in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yours truly, DJ Cisco. This show is on Roku. We're going to start taking down videos so you can only see them on Roku. If you have Roku, people, ROCKU, that's the device. Go to the search, type in DJC-TV on Roku to see some great interviews and programming. And next we're going to have people's music videos coming up, and we're going to start doing interviews in the street. I'm looking for a nice package with the mic and a recorder to start taking to the street. So if anybody knows of any good package to buy for people that do live shows out there, so I can interview people, please hit me up at DJC-Radio-Airplay@gmail.com. If you're an indie artist and you want airplay or interview, hit me up, DJC-Radio-Airplay@gmail.com. If you are a business and you want to advertise, hit us up at DJC-Radio-Airplay@gmail.com or call 347-352-8625. If you want to advertise with DJC-TV, big shout out to Joseph A. Romano, a law firm that we're advertising for. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the other people. But I will be playing the commercial, and we have a radio station that's 24/7, 365, and that's www.thedjcisco radio show. Talk to you guys soon. Don't forget, the music plays all night at www.thedjcisco radio show, and we're going to head back over there. Keep it locked, people. All right, so we are off live on the actual radio station, but we're still here on Facebook and on YouTube. So let me get back over there and end it here. Big shout out to my girl MC Lady Z. Big shout out to Gloria. Big shout out to King Charlie Prince. Big shout out to my man Telepath. Big shout out to everybody out there. Please share. Big shout out to Jeff Kwan. Once again, I got another dope show coming up. Who do I have this week? Today was DJ Prince Ice for the Wake Up Show. We didn't confirm, but I'm supposed to be having Patrice Rushen on Saturday, but we didn't confirm. I hope, she's my idol. Okay, we have a new indie artist, and she's called Unoriginal Fiend. Big shout out to MJ. I'm waiting for that flyer. She'll be on tomorrow night. God bless. Talk to you guys soon.